So I think for one, I mean, I think networking becomes one of the key words, right? In the past, we've often, you can sit and you can apply to jobs online. You wait to get emails, you wait to get phone calls that your application's been accepted, you're invited to an interview. But really, nowadays, I think it's even more important than ever to network. And I'm hearing the words as I say that of a former colleague and friend. His name is Jerome Leday. And he's done a session several times at a conference called Networking is Not Just for Not Working. And to me, that means you should always be networking, even when you're not looking for a job, or if you're a business development person, when you're not looking to sell, or, fill in whatever your action is. But, you should always be working on your networking and building relationships. To me, empathetic outreach is part of networking. And it's when, we reach out to give or offer assistance versus when you're reaching out to request assistance, right? So it's kind of paying it forward or putting some money in the jar before you ask for some out of the jar. And I think you should reach out to those in your network that you can tell need some help right now. And a lot of those people are posting with the Ready for Work label on LinkedIn, or you can see that they've been recently impacted. They could use your help. And, they may not want to reach out to you to ask for help because maybe they've not been doing a good job of networking when they didn't need help. But to me, the empathy comes from us reaching out to people and saying, hey, I see you've been impacted. Might I be able to help? And, probably the other thing I would add to that is then once you are that person who is in job search and you've been impacted, like I mentioned, applying to jobs and waiting to hear back is not enough. There's a lot of job opportunities that may not make it onto a job board or a website or onto Indeed. I coach and encourage anyone from my network that I connect with to take a business strategy approach for how they maximize the time they invest in their job search. And, kind of the quick steps I'd say to that is, for one, you build yourself a marketing plan, which is creating an inventory of your skills and experiences, but also determining how are you going to tell your story or think of that as presenting your skills and experience to a potential employer. And then build a business development plan where you'll create a list of target companies and the roles at those companies that you'd be interested in within your region, or if you're open to relocation within multiple regions. And then do thorough research on those companies, learn as much as you can about the company, and then you go leverage your network and you look to make connections with people in those companies that are on your target list. And look to work with them and network, right? Learn more about their role at the company, learn more about what they feel the employee experience at the company is. You're not networking them to ask them if they can put you in, be a referral to get you in for a job interview, but you're really learning more through them. And I think if you take that approach, you build your marketing plan, you can tell your story. You take your business development approach of how are you going to go out and put your foot in the door at the companies you'd like to work with. And then these people you talk to during your networking calls, they almost become your brand ambassadors, right? They know what you're looking for. So if somebody mentions a role you may fit, they should say, hey, you should call Alan. Or vice versa, they'll call me and say, hey, I was talking to a colleague and there's a role you might be interested in. But that way you're not asking them for a job or an interview, but you're educating them about what you could do for their company.